Are you looking for a simple, easy way to record audio from a mic or instrument to your computer? Well, I think I've found the best, most affordable solution out there. The Focusrite Scarlett Solo Gen 3. For those of you who don't know, Focusrite have been making affordable solutions to record music and audio for many years, covering everything from high-end multi-track recording all the way down to plug-and-play devices like the Scarlett Solo. Fast forward a few years and the Scarlett Solo Gen 3 is Focusrite's latest and greatest plug-and-play audio recording device. So what do you get with the Scarlett Solo Gen 3? Inside this simple box, you get a USB 2 to USB Type-C cable. Note that it is only USB 2. And the Scarlett Solo itself. Bare bones offerings, but don't let that fool you. There are options out there that have a mic, headphones, and XLR cables included. But as I already have my own stuff, I've opted for the simplest bundle. I've put links in the description for all the different bundles if you need extra stuff, as well as the equipment that I use. Now feel free to pause the video here if you want to read them all, but the most important features are, it's both Mac and PC compatible, samples of 44.1, 48, 88.2, 96, 176.4 and 192 kHz are supported. Frequency response is 20 Hz to 20 kHz for mic inputs, line inputs and instrument inputs. 108 decibel line and monitor outputs, and 104 decibel headphone outputs. Finally, the dynamic range is 111 decibels A-weighted through XLR input and 110.5 A-weighted through the line input. This means that you can record a quiet piece and boost it with compressors without losing any of the quality thanks to this wide dynamic range. The Solo Gen 3 is such a small but powerful device, covering all the range you'd ever use. Looking at the unit itself, on the front we have the XLR full-size input port, volume knob for the XLR input, 48 volt phantom power selector button, air mode button that I'll come back to a little later, line input jack port, line input volume dial, instrument select button, the large monitor dial, direct monitoring button, and finally the headphone line out jack port. As you can see, you can capture and record two devices simultaneously should you so desire. On the back of the Solo Gen 3, we have a USB-C output. Now remember, this is only USB 2, but that hasn't been an issue so far. Left and right line outputs, and the lock reset device hole. You should steer clear of that unless you're in an emergency. Google that one if you get to that point. So far, I haven't needed it. Made from aluminium, it's quick to tell that the build quality is top notch. All the dials and knobs move easily and have the right amount of even resistance. The port jacks are plastic, but they feel well built, so there's no concerns with them. Honestly, Focusrite know what people want, and it's a simple device that is effectively plug and play. Once you connect your Solo to your computer, you're greeted with some very simple and easy to follow video guides to help you register and get your Solo running in a matter of minutes. Once you've done that, you're right to go. It's really that simple. Another great feature is the adaptive volume dial colors. Green means you're in the clear. Yellow means you're getting too loud for the inputs to record clean, and red means you pushed it too far. This simple visual cue has helped a million when playing and recording my heavy metal guitars that come with inbuilt preamps that effectively boost the signal via a 9-volt battery internally within the guitar before they hit the Solo 3. This helps tenfold to be sure you don't peak and throw out your audio takes. We've all been there with other tools like this, where it sounds clean, we record one-take wonders, and then find out later it was peaking here and there, and the recording is ruined. So this is absolutely fantastic. Once you register your device, you will see that Focusrite have included some very neat software bundles with your Solo 3. These include Ableton Live Lite, easy to use industry-grade music making software for both Mac and PC. Amplify Studio, another great piece of software for Mac and PC to make your music. Splice, 3-month subscription to Splice, which has millions of loops, presets, MIDI melodies, and much more. Avid Pro Tools Pack. There's about 500 megabytes of a whole raft of loops, virtual instruments, and sounds and sound effects if you have Avid Pro Tools. Mastering the Mix, a wicked harmonic distortion effect with a 6-month trial to their bass room EQ. Focusrite Drum Tracks, a bunch of drum samples to get your groove on. XLN Audio Additive Keys. This gives you access to 4 virtual keyboards. Softtube Time and Tone Bundle, 3 world-class reverb, delay, and distortion plugins and a mastering tool. Focusrite Red Plugin Suite. This is a suite using Red 2 and Red 3 equalizer and compressor. And the Focusrite Plugin Collective. Get free versions of other software through your online Focusrite account from time to time. That's pretty neat. Honestly, there's so much free software packs and trials. I've never seen so much on offer when buying any audio hardware. So props to Focusrite to get all these goodies together, and these are all included with your Scarlett Solo Gen 3 license. What's even better is that Focusrite have put together some great videos and easy to follow guides for how to set up and use all of this software. Credit where credit's due. Focusrite want you to get the most out of your equipment and software. Massive thumbs up for me there. This is just incredible. You're probably wondering what this little air button does. Well, to put it simply, it adds gain to the inbuilt preamp. That some say it feels a little more natural when recording voices, or for me, soft natural inputs through an external microphone such as my classical guitar. In a nutshell, it adds more gain to high frequency bands. This is air mode off. This is air mode on. So it's a good option for delicate playing on instruments, or certainly for any voice recording. Okay, so as great as this unit is, for the price, you know there will be some drawbacks. The one thing that stands out to me is the headphone jack when using it with cheap speakers. Right now, I connect the Solo 3 to my 5.1 surround speaker set via a 5.1 upmix unit that seems to only work this way. The problem is that there's audio interference during playback. Here's a sample of that. But don't panic, when I actually record, this interference isn't captured at all. In fact, the recording is perfectly clean. Furthermore, when I use the headphone jack as intended with headphones connected, the audio is crisp and clean. So I'm pretty sure this is something with my speaker set rather than an issue with the device. If anyone knows what this might be, please let me know in the comments, as I'd love to hear my playback crisp and clean like I do when I record. That's it for the issues though. I honestly can't fault the Scarlett Solo Gen 3. It's a must-have device for any home studio or simple recording space. If you're like me and you're stuck at home looking for an easy way to play and record music, instruments, or your podcasts, then you can't look past the Scarlett Solo Gen 3. It's hands down the best audio input device that I've ever used. I can hardly believe how much versatility has been crammed into this little unit, not to mention the excellent software bundles that your license holds. Focusrite have made a fantastic product for all your audio recording needs. If you want to check it out, I've put links in the description for all the bundles on Amazon and eBay. as well as the mic and speakers I use. Well, that about does it for me today. If you like this video, then please give me a thumbs up so I know if I'm helping. And if you really like my content, why not subscribe and be sure to ping that little bell so you never miss a video from me. Catch you in the next one. Bye for now.